today. Happy Tuesday? I almost forgot what day it was. It is Tuesday. So, as you can tell from the title screen / the layout / the stream title, we're starting Elephants today. I made a live deal with Shubda where if she beat Pinball Land, I would play through Elephants. It took a little while, but she did eventually beat Pinball Land, so shout out to Shubda. That Bowser is no joke, and I hate it, and I'm glad that you can now see why it's so bad also. Now we just need to keep the streak going and have someone else play it, but that's a future problem. Since Shubda did beat it, we're going to play through Elephants now. We played through Morsel's First Hack Storks as basically my first, really hard hack. It absolutely destroyed me. It made me a lot better of a player, but it absolutely destroyed me. And one of the levels alone took me over 20 hours. Shout out to RNG Castle. If you know, you know. Is this not even plugged in? Oh, my controller's not even plugged in. One sec. Forgot I was working on editing last night. Alright. So, I guess we'll just go ahead and get into it. For those that don't know, this game is very, very heavily inspired by Mega Man, including the ability to go to the first 8 levels wherever. Also inspired by Bomberman, apparently, because I just noticed that these are all Bomberman icons, but I recognize that bomb kick anywhere. I don't really have too much of an idea of which level is which. So we'll kind of just get into it, I guess. Okay. I haven't seen a run through of Elephants in, quite honestly, a really long time. So I am definitely not against using videos to help out if I need to. I'll try to do as much of it as I can, just figuring it out, just because that's what we like to do around here. But yeah, if I get super stuck and or confused on an obstacle, definitely watch videos for this. This is Kaizo Expert, for those that don't know, so the training wheels are completely off with this hack. But apparently I'm not allowed to design an SMW until I beat this hack, according to Shubda, so. I could probably just drop this on this guy, right? Why am I trying to carry this over? This fish falls pretty fast. Can I go over this fish? Yes. Okay, that's much better. Team Overfish, apparently. No. I'm assuming I can't just swim with the block, right? Yeah, because it seems like it's breaking. So just kick it up a little lower, kick that over, jump up, and as soon as I jump up, that guy wakes up. Okay. Overfishing is a serious problem. I mean, true, but Okay, that's gonna be harder than I thought it was. That's like a pretty low kick. Yeah, it's not what I meant to do. I meant to do that, but like not bonk, and just see if I could like drop it to myself over and over again. No, that is not going to work at all. Okay. Oh, I actually want to hit those blocks. Okay. For some reason, I thought that the throw block was basically going to do the inverse of what it's actually done in this situation. Where, like, I wanted to kick it up into the water and then dodge these. But it looks like I actually want to hit those and not kick it into the water. And then catch it and then kick it over there. Okay. I might need to kick it up again to get it farther over. Okay. That was close. I think this was a good level to start on, because this is still getting me back into morsel problem solving without being like the hardest level of this hack right away. I do know enough about this hack to know that the game, like, kind of starts at the Wily stages in terms of difficulty. Okay. That was the absolute worst time I could have possibly chosen to try to jump at that thing. But that's okay. Okay, so I want to jump up. There's definitely hard shit in the first aid as well. That's good to know going into it. Because I haven't, obviously have not played this. Alright, let's just wait another round then. We got all day to throw a block. Except they don't. Except they actually really need to hurry because I'm on a timer. So I can make the jump up here, but I think that's mostly... Alright, well, let's at least see where we need to take the throw block. We have by no means solved this yet, but... Oh, it's right here. Oh, Bun needs me for a sec though. Alright, we're back. So I bring the throw block to here, and then I need to throw the throw block that's right here up onto this ledge while using this fish to jump on it when it's like here-ish, probably. Okay. Well, that almost did what I wanted it to. It actually probably would have been fine if I did that up kick earlier. Okay, so just being on top of this block alone does not actually trigger that guy. That's good to know. That, like, almost worked the way I wanted it to, and then I realized after I fell down again that I had no way to get around that fish. And just doing an up kick there actually seems to be a pretty good strat, so we'll just do that. Okay, so there I just need to jump back to the turn block extendy thing. What do you actually call those things? The extendy block, turn block bridges or whatever? I forget what they're actually called. You call them accordions. That name makes sense too. You know what hack used these things really well, and I don't really hear people talk about that aspect of the hack very often, is Riff 1. Freaking Hog got some really creative setups out of those accordion bridges in that hack. And like, Freaking Hog's normally memed for being the green bean creator, but like, personally, I kind of associate him more with these extendy block bridges because of all the setups he's made with him. And I mean, like, for good reason, they're interesting sprites that let you do a lot with them that are also available in, like, pretty much every tile set. It's a similar reason to why I really like the Gray Platform sprite in SMW. It's like probably one of the more like boring picks at a glance you could have for favorite sprite in Super Mario World. But like, if you make stuff in SMW, you know firsthand how like mission critical the gray platform is to infinite amounts of setups. Yeah, that's true. They tend to work a little bit better for cycle-based stuff. And Rift 1 is like just old enough that it has like a lot of those style of obstacles in it. I didn't actually play Rift 2 because I wasn't nearly good enough when it came out, but I've heard that hack has similar timing obstacles and stuff, so it's probably just freaking hostile, I guess. But also, there's a good chance that there's not like any actual progress in this hack today. Given that I'm tired and kind of just wanted to chill and play SMW, but that would have been it. I just needed to wait slightly longer, I think. Also, I was in Shevda's chat just before I started stream, and all I heard was Eldad come into chat, and Shevda be like, "Hey Eldad, have you ever heard of Mario Pinball Land?" So there's a good chance that the infection will grow and more people will play Mario Pinball Land. Not sure why I described it like that, that was gross. In hindsight, I immediately regret wording it like that, but not much you can do but just laugh it off. I think I'm like a half jump away from being able to get this obstacle. That's not the direction I meant to kick that. Fuck you, fish, I guess. Did not mean to snipe that fish that hard, but whatever. Right? Okay, so I gotta kick that fish before he goes in the water, because then he's actually an issue. Good burp.
Hi, stream.
Fun's back.
I've arrived. Yeah, I needed that shower bed.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't gross, but it wasn't not gross. You know what I mean?
That was pretty gross. So
It wasn't
it's,
nasty, but like, I needed the shower. I would have been nasty at any given minute.
It's a little annoying that you can't jump into this turn block without breaking this.
Good old turn boo.
Yep.
Ugh. Oh, I'm ready for bed. It's like, it's 7 yet.
It just became 7
Oh.
because your alarm just went off and I had to snooze it.
I think we have to do an exclamation burp. Over here.
192 times.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's higher on yours, so definitely don't forget to do it. My knee feels funny.
Oh.
My knee feels strange. If my entire leg could just like get snapped back into like being normal, I love that. Like, boop, 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 it's ready. Anyway.
I wish that was the way it would work too. I guess if I just hit the throw block first, like with my head, and probably throw the block up through it. So it's just adding another thing to do here. Oh, because I was in the water. I was like, why'd I break that time? okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Shout out to probably Circle.
Yep.
A blue name from far away, that's a mod. I assume it's Circle. I have no glasses on and I'm very far away. Proud of myself for knowing.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah. Hmm.
I didn't put my glasses back on after the shower. Whoops.
Huh?
I didn't put my glasses back on.
Oh no, you forget. That's okay, put it on now. Let's see the difference. Wow,
Vision.
what a difference.
What a difference.
You're really cute.
You're really
Not
cute.
really different, but just cute.
Thanks.
Cute with glasses, cute without glasses, cute with your hair down, cute with your hair up. It's really unfair how cute you are. I had to tell everyone to stop telling me how cute you were. I started getting jealous.
I saw.
Not that they weren't telling me I was cute, but that everyone thinks you're so cute. I don't know.
Another one.
You're allowed to be cute. They're allowed to think you're cute. I just got overwhelmed with it. I don't know. I just love you.
It's okay. Love you too.
I don't like to share.
Surprised by this development, but also.
I'm really kind, but I don't like to share. Hope this makes any sense. Not me.
Alright, that's the most frustrating death, is just not even grabbing the throw block to start this segment. How did you scream at that when it's all the way over here?
Answer, please. I'll go for it in a minute.
I just like kill that guy sometimes. Do I need a fast fall while grabbing that? Maybe I need a fast fall while grabbing it. Nope, no fast fall that time. Did not feel like I did anything different there, but okay. Okay, why is that happening now? Is Is it because the fish is waking up before? No, because I've grabbed the block plenty of times with the fish freaking out. I don't know why this fish is now breaking this turn block. Not this throw block, but the next one. Am I going right there? Well, that was awkward, but worked out in our favor. The pinball has come home to roost. Indeed, Velo. How's it going? Okay, why is that happening? What, the Mega Man is this level? You will probably be saying that about most of this hack. Because I'm pretty sure, like, everything in this hack is basically Mega Man themed. I have no clue what is making this throw block break sometimes. I guess I just pretend like it's not going to break and just proceed as normal. I like almost wedged that up there. That would have been a very good throw. It's the sharpened corners. It's true, everything in this game is an actual square. Could be your height when you grab it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like of hanging up in the air too long when I'm grabbing it. Or maybe like I'm grabbing it on the way up and like still holding it in my hand. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, 'cause that time I was definitely on the way down. Huh. Yeah, I have no clue. I kind of just have to assume it's not gonna happen, even though it feels like it's gonna happen. What? Did I carry that in the water? Nope, it broke like twice on the same block. That's annoying. Okay. Damn it, that worked the exact way that I wanted it to, and then I just missed the follow-up.
Hey baby, can you mute for a second? I have to go to the There's no way I can close that door.
Oh, yeah, one sec, y'all. Alright, no problem. We're back.
Oh my god. Oh, this one is really warm. Oh, you're playing elephants. How's it going?
About how we expected it to go.
Hard.
Yep.
I wish you luck.
Thanks.
I wish you very much luck. Or whatever I said to Chambo earlier.
Yeah.
Whatever weird thing I said to Chambo earlier. I love this. Smashy was like, okay, so very much luck is going to live on throughout this entire speedrun. Thank you. She followed me for that.
That's good.
Look, if I can get a follow out of saying something stupid, worth it.
Yeah.
If I can make a friend out of a foolish statement, I'll take it.
Flabbergasted as to how big this house is, but it's what happens. You sit down and it grows and grows. You want crackers? You want a catering kitchen? You want a basketball court? Well, yeah, draw that in. It's a little square on the little grid that you're building. Yeah, build one of those, and all of a sudden your house turns into this. You're spending a day changing light bulbs.
Getting that sleeping fish out of the way is kind of hard.
Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about with how many, like, doors and shit. Yeah, she wants these fancy nubs. They're like $45 a piece. That's just for the smaller ones. 80 pairs of doors in the closet. Like 80 total or 80 pairs?
Uppers and lowers, yeah.
This guy is such like a rich person contractor because he's not even fazed by this.
Take 80 times 76.
Like, what kind of math is that? What do you mean? How many doors in the beauty salon? There's a lot. 80, would you say? 14 bathrooms in this home. 2 kitchens. She said, how many kitchens do you have? And she goes, 2. And she goes, oh my god, I was joking. Apparently rich people have catering kitchens. If they're rich enough.
My kitchen is just called kitchen.
Right? $12,000 for a door? No, it's more. It's 14. No, if it's 14, that would be $28,000 if I did the math correctly. But
Sure did.
we're almost there, Tamara. Good job. 26 was almost 28.
I found out he came to Massachusetts there 3 weeks after we finished filming last season. And after that, he said, I'm going to work on it. And then he left me for 2 weeks. And then came home and said, I'm going to move to you. And we sent the kids off. He took me away. We were alone for 17 days. We had never had a
Any suggestions for a song you should try porting for Super Famicom?
I thought we had found each other and were
I don't know songs.
I'd have to look through my stream playlist to see.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't know. That would be cool to hear a support.
What Red Hot Chili Peppers?
I don't know any. If there is one, take it.
I assume Circle was.
I
looking
guess
for
Under
more
the
like-
Bridge is what came to mind, but that doesn't have to be the only one. It's the one that I could imagine like that because I had it as a Nokia ringtone back in the day.
Well, and I was trying to figure out why I could hear that in a video game sound font, then I realized that we have the Red Hot Chili Peppers albums
and the
that are
DKC.
the DKC sound
Yeah.
font.
That might also be why I thought of it.
So why did it not do it there? This throw block and winged block interaction is weird, and I'm still getting used to it.
A butt plug, Tamara, please. Why do they keep going to the sex store? It's always Tamara. It's always Tamara and someone else at the sex store. What?
You kind of get a lollipop effect.
I'm sure I don't need that. After she saw that sex swing at her sex party that she had, not an actual sex party, a party where you dress as like sex outfits, I guess. I don't fucking know. I was at a bar. Anyway, they had a sex swing there, and she's like, "Whoa, what's that?" And then needs one apparently. She said, "I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me."
Yeah.
Why are they all meeting here? Oh my god. It's called Spankies.
Sure sounds like the name of a sex
Yeah,
shop.
it does. I mean, if you wanted it to.
I mean, that is what it does.
Well, or also,
It's shaped like this, though.
I think maybe that's just how it was in the package.
I mean, maybe.
I think probably it would go from this to however you wanted it.
If y'all saw the arm movements that Bun just did for that.
This is a good conversation. You'll probably make progress in the level during it.
You'd think so, but
Thank God. That was like that one conversation I probably should have gotten the clear on earlier, but thank God I didn't.
yeah. Okay, so I need to stop doing that then.
Oh, and at the party, Heather shows up with Terry in a collar and leash. And then she's like, "I'll release you to go get me a drink." And when they showed up, I was just like, yeah, I don't know why I didn't expect it. Of course, of course. Of course.
Oh, good, we're losing the throw block on this fish again. Favorite death.
Do Incubus then. I've never been a big Incubus fan. I don't dislike them, but I've never, like, been like, wow, I love Incubus the way that Incubus fans are. They love that guy. Who's his name?
Mr. Incubus?
No, stop it. What's his fucking name?
I don't remember.
The guy. The guy from Incubus. Brandon Boyd. Everyone loves Brandon Boyd.
I like Incubus because their vocal sound is mostly within my vocal range. And I learned that when I was singing a lot for Guitar Hero stuff.
Ah.
Yeah. But I did not know his name.
Huh?
But I did not know his name.
At all?
I mean, the name sounds familiar now that you said it, but
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
but like
think
you wouldn't have thought of it.
No.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I just remember like so many of my friends loved him and loved Incubus. And loved him. And I was just like, yeah, alright. Now I can't think of any Incubus song. Oh my god.
I mean, Anomaly was the one that got.
What was I Wish You Were Here? Is that Incubus?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Pretty sure it is. Wait, if you don't want a song from a band, what do you want?
Sounds like a video game song.
Oh, well, I don't know. She was not asking me. Literally, she could have asked that in my chat earlier if she wanted to ask me. She wanted to ask you. Okay, what about Dust Force music? Fast Fall.
It's true. There's not enough Dust Force stuff out there.
Or anything Lena Rain. But that's a given.
If you're going for the same composer that Dust Force has, Tunic music could also be good.
Wait, is that Fast Fall?
Yep. It's Fast Fall with somebody else. But that was half the reason I got excited about it, was because it was a Finji game
What?
with Dust Force's composer. I mean, I've definitely told you this before, but you might have forgotten
Well, I forgot. I forget everything. Just because you tell me something doesn't mean I remember it. Sorry, it wasn't at you. I'm just frustrated. I don't remember anything ever. Unless I have a weird social interaction, then that's the one thing I can't seem to forget.
Yeah. There's a Dust Force room in Tunic. There sure is. I'm glad we found it. What the fuck was that? The block like got stuck in the winged block, and then I grabbed it, and then it got like re-triggered by the winged block and just blew up in my hands. Alright, we got an ad in a couple minutes. This seems like a good spot for an ad break. We're gonna come back and figure out how to get this block past this fish. The sole obstacle block right now. So sit tight, enjoy the clip show, don't watch the ads. How's it going? We're back. So I'm gonna try to simplify this block throw part a little bit.
Hi, Crunch.
Grinding away, nice. Hope that's going well. We are also grinding away. Okay, we can do that. Damn it. Alright, well, PB at least. I think it's probably worth it to try to do that, because then we can just focus on trying to platform up here. So, How did I do that? I jumped on the accordion thing twice. Here, and then just kicked up there. Okay, that's way easier. Holy shit. Okay. So,
Sorry.
it's fine. The next obstacle, I think we learned from the beginning that we're gonna have to pretty much either be on the ground or like a tile up to be able to kick up here, because otherwise it's gonna hit this part up here, and there's no like linked block to block it for us. So almost like that. Okay. Been a while since you played, so you're doing a full playthrough. Nice. I've never actually, I think the only Final Fantasy game I've actually finished is, Tactics Advance, now that I'm thinking about it. I've played a lot of them. I played a lot of 10 and, 10-2 specifically. Although I don't think I ever actually was good enough to beat 10 when I was a kid.
Hey.
Thank you for the medal, Abe. Core Job Fiesta is a fun challenge where it randomizes the jobs and each character is locked into one for the whole game. Interesting. Yeah, I like challenges and that are pretty straightforward and just kind of let you play the game differently. Challenges with a lot of rules and complications and stuff are also fun, but a little bit harder to just chill and enjoy the experience with sometimes. Okay, whatever. Blocks, if you say so. We despawned that fish? What? What is happening this life? I don't know anything that just happened, but this is fun. No.
It basically takes 2 years to get over infidelity. This could take up to 2 years. 2 years is coming up, but I'm totally there. Girls, let's go down for dinner, please. Is that too much tonight? But your family is doing it right. So is the Algebra Festival. Where did that duck go? Here's the honey. Twins, not 11. Adelaide loves to still play on the Sphinx on the spot. It's really sweet. But Stella, you know, she's ready to date, drive there, live in an apartment. How's your little fish? You gotta come to dinner in the jacket. Take out the coat, sweetie. And on the iPad, in your room again. Being a boy, something, you know this one that goes to Rosa? Does. Where can I be friends? You don't have to be friends with your own friends. Some of the conversations, we see it. We see all the conversations. You need to be a lady, and you should be thinking about dating when you're 11. Were they allowed pets? You swore to me the second you left, I get to start looking for a dog. What kind of dog were you get? We get a mini puppy? No, we gotta get a dog. Well, yeah, that's every other dog. Our current house is too big. It's too much. Someone says we're downsizing because we can afford it. We really don't care. We're downsizing because we want to.
Morsel knows how to design obstacles that show off hidden aspects of SMW. Yeah, So, Shovda admitted that half the reason she wanted to watch me play Elephants is to see the stuff I would design after playing Elephants. And I can at least see why she wants me to pay attention to that, because there is a lot of, like, weird gimmicks that are expanded into, like, a full level kind of thing. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad we both had, like, just silly reasons for wanting each other to play the game. Mine was just because I needed to see if Pinball Land was actually as hard as I thought it was, and it definitely is. And hers is just to see what kind of fucked up design stuff I come up with as a result of it, which is equally funny. No, no, no. Damn.
Why would the Cardinals train in Florida? They're literally in Arizona. It's not like it's not nice in the spring there. Make it make sense.
I mean, the Dallas Cowboys train in, like, Southern California. It might be too hot there.
Oh. Alright, I'll allow it.
Because I'm pretty sure the Raiders also
How would
don't.
it not be too hot in Florida?
I mean, that I don't know, but
I don't want to see all of these, like, medical things. Like, I just don't want to see it. I'm really good. I really don't need it.
ships made bunnies too. How's it going, BD? Yeah, we are here and kind of chilling. I at least know roughly what I need to do here. Shoutouts to Barb once again for his clear video. Also, the clear videos for elephants are actually pretty old at this point, so I wouldn't mind putting together one big edited video for this if we are able to beat it. Oh yeah, for those that don't know, Glitch played Bunny Bunny Panic today and really liked it and mentioned potentially speedrunning it, so that's pretty exciting. I'm glad that I was able to make something that Glitch hadn't seen in SMB2 yet. Yeah, it seems like the only part that people are consistently struggling with so far is the escort of the Shy Guy and Ostro in 3-1. Which, to be fair, it's not like anyone actually knows how to navigate those things, like, even if you have a pretty decent amount of SMB2 experience, so I think it's just something that literally everyone has had to learn. I do wish I would have made one of the pause info screens there a little bit more helpful for what you actually needed. But really, other than that, it seems like everyone has been pretty smooth sailing. Mees! Alright, so that, but correct. And then we're good. The funny thing is, Velo, is more people have seemed to have issues seeing that you need to put the mushroom down where you need to get the Ostro to cross. And I think part of that is because the Shy Guy's just doing whatever the fuck it wants to do, and you sort of forget that it's actually connected to the Ostro. And even when you get down to the bottom, it doesn't even really look like it's connected to the Ostro, because you think you're grabbing the Ostro, but you end up grabbing the Shy Guy first every time. but it was so silly I like had to leave it in there, so I'm pretty okay with the weird tech being the part everyone's stuck on, because that's pretty surprising. Okay, so I can run forward a little bit more, or just kick later. Yeah, and luckily Bunny Bunny Panic was my fourth like full solo hack that I've released. And at this point, like, if a level makes me laugh, I'm willing to leave it in, even if it's a little janky. And the reaction that literally everyone's had to that section, even though it's also been a little confusing, has been worth it. But if you can make the player laugh just through the way things are placed in a level, I feel like you've done a pretty good job.
Brianna's moving back!
Well, I've had to come up with a bit more creative ways of, like, judging my own level design. Because obviously I'm going to be kind of biased with my levels just in general. But I definitely prefer to try to make things that people haven't seen before that make sense but are also silly or just kind of neat gimmicks. They're interactions that maybe people don't know about. Okay. Okay, that was almost it. And then drop right there, jump up. Don't jump up all the way, but jump up partially. I should have seen what was after that. I think that throw block that's after my PB is the one before the midway, by the way.
Well, I can't ask for kitchen anymore because she got it completely redone.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, like for instance, there's not coins in SMB2. Well, like there are coins, but they're the coins that you like have to pluck out of the ground that you use in the lotto at the end, so they're like not coins like SMW coins. And that alone, like, kind of forces you to design things a lot more spelled out for the player. Also, by default, the only text that you can actually give to the player is the one in, like, the intro story. Thanks to Circle Friendo, that has been expanded massively and is now, like, an info box per sub area. And having, like, 8,000 total characters to display to the player. But that was, like, within the past couple of months development for SMB2, so definitely not anything that most people even really know about yet. No, drop it, don't kick it.
What are they doing?
I assume I can't up kick it there because that feels like it's pretty close to the ceiling. So I'm assuming I have to do a forward drop there.
They're dying!
little girl's like, okay, I'm just gonna do it then.
No,
Like,
and her parents are dying laughing because they're not gonna fucking tell her why they're laughing. No, this happens all the time with kids. This would happen all the time at work where like me and the teacher I'm working with just like look at each other and are like trying so hard not to burst out laughing because of like some ridiculous thing a kid said that like they have no idea is inappropriate. Or like we would look at the spelling test or something and it's like it looks like they wrote dick. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
they tried to write the word click, but the C and L were too close or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That one is not the same really as that, but kind of similar.
Okay. This upkick is still not easy, but it's at least easier than the strat I was doing before, so... I still have no clue why that happens, by the way. I was like just about to say I had no clue why the throw block thing just kind of breaks sometimes, but it broke my hands literally as I started talking, so... Well, the good news is, even though this is hard, this is still fun, so definitely down to keep going with it. And the real good news is, anytime the struggle gets real, I can at least tell myself, at least this isn't Mario Pinball Land Bowser. That will be the phrase that gets us through this playthrough. I like wasn't sure what to name that emote, by the way. So I just named it Game Design, but like I felt like we needed to immortalize that fight in an emote somehow, and I'm glad that we did. Thank you. I think my favorite part about that clip, by the way, is the game designers absolutely could have put up a pipe that stopped you from falling all the way back down. And literally just like chose not to. Because the pipe in the second room comes up just as fast as the first one theoretically could have come up. Which means someone made the intentional decision to be like, you know what would be even funnier though? And as someone who designs with, you know, it would be even funnier though in mind a lot. Like I get it, but you gotta make sure the thing that you're thinking is funny is actually funny, otherwise it's just a little bit of a mean troll.
No.
Well, that's why you've been doing the thing I've been doing, where you just leave your meds up there after you've taken them. Oh. Well, that one's at least easier to tell if you've taken, because...
Very true, because it's either there or it's not.
Yep.
The day that it's labeled as.
Where's Eddie? He just got home. He's gonna be a little late. Y'all can I have my recording for me? I thought we got those at the time. 40? I'm so 40. That was like a fishing boat compared to this beautiful yacht that Heather is throwing over now. She's just so
Yeah, that's more of a real yacht.
gorgeous.
Probably at least 2 stews on that one.
It's not that much yacht.
No, Below Deck has ruined me. I'm like, what's this tiny little dinghy you're on? You thought that was a yacht?
How many tens of thousands of dollars did you bring for a tip? Oh, only 10?
How many meters is this even? No, this one's nice. The old one, the last yacht they went on was not. That's nice. Hi, I'm Kelly. We don't know you, Kelly. I don't know if I like you yet. I probably don't, because you're on this show.
There were 3 pups on walks? Well, that's a good sign. Thank you for the pup day. Given how hard it is to actually throw the block up there, I assume this isn't actually what's intended and you're supposed to do this like really careful jump up there. But the really careful jump up there is a little awkward with the
Is that Megan?
winged block. Because the hitbox for it is like way
Oh my
bigger
god, why
than
does
you
Megan
think
look
it
like
would
a Stepford wife? Sorry.
be. There we go. It's fine.
I'm like trying to say something and I'm like, oh my god, Megan? You see what Crunch said?
Yes, I did. I responded and I was excited.
Well, I just saw. So I wanted to make sure you saw.
Yeah, I tried for like the first hour or so of this segment to not throw it up there directly, but I kept breaking it on the winged block in kind of annoying ways. Because I couldn't tell when I was actually like around the winged block hitbox. Abe, do you happen to know why I am losing the throw block to that sleeping fish sometimes, but not other times? Right here. Yeah, remember, that's okay. I remember figuring it out, but I don't remember. That's also fair.
Oh, the dickheads are getting the boat going. Deckhand in a certain accent sounds like dickhead. I can't even say a certain accent. There are several different accents that it sounds like dickhead.
Yes.
Definitely A and D for sure. D-E-C-K dick, you know.
You know. Oh hey, we despawned that other fish again. I don't know why that happens sometimes, but it has happened before. No, couldn't even take advantage of it.
Because there's not that many people in my life that I know that need a wake-up call. Certainly my husband is not one of them. He's a guy who enjoys everything every day, but he got a wake-up call right before the holidays. Terry went to the doctor and he had this stress echo and his positive. So in the worst case scenario, it was going to be a bypass situation. And so in sort of the dead of night, we went up to Riverside and Terry had to have the angiogram. And it just couldn't have been a better scenario because as it turned out, it was positive. Thank God. You know, he's really fast sometimes, and his jokes irritate me sometimes, and which is because he's the absolute love of my life. And all of this is
That's what I thought it was, but I thought I'd like tested that. Maybe I tested it and then like read my result wrong. I guess that wouldn't be too out of the question. Yeah, it seems like it is when I'm grabbing it on the way up and then bonking. Which I guess makes sense because, like, if you think about Mario's jump, he's kind of hanging out a little bit on, like, when he jumps up here, he, like, kind of hangs out on the ceiling for a sec as he's, like, getting ready to transition back down to downward momentum. I guess in that time frame, the fish falls enough onto you to break the hitbox of the throw block. It's always really funny when I play Kaizo, and I can kind of tell the difficulty of a hack just based on the difficulty of explaining things. Because, like, quickie 2 explanations, you're like, oh, I just spin jump over here. Okay. And then in this level, I'm, like, breaking down the physics of doing a grab on the way up versus on the way down, and the impact that it has overall. Sounds a lot closer to, like, some boring college essay. Also, I didn't mention this at all on stream leading up to it because I had no clue. But 2 of my ROM hack race levels were featured on GDQ last night for the hotfix thing they did, where racers went through and like played some old ROM hack race levels. So that was cool. I wasn't expecting that at all. I was just watching to try to support Kaizo friends and stuff, and basically each racer got to pick like 2 to 3 race levels they wanted to showcase for the other racers to play. Yeah, it was I think both a pretty last minute event and a kind of late event. Like I think it started at like 10 p.m. Eastern or something like that, so
last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of late for non-Pacific time. It was even kind of late for us.
I was gonna say, even we were
up later than I wanted to.
Yeah, even we were like, all right, we're kind of getting tired.
It wasn't
now.
lately, but I was trying to go to bed early, and then I did not go to bed early.
It was 4 racers. It was Shoujo, Shovda, Glitch Cat, and You Fail Me.
Yeah.
And all of the racers got to pick their own. Oh shit! Damn it! That was an actual peeb. Okay.
Good job.
Thanks. Thanks. I haven't gotten Kaizo Pat for a peeb in a while.
Usually do it to you, yeah.
Yeah.
PB Pat from Bun, PB Pat from Bun. It doesn't work adding one more thing. It threw me off so much.
You could just go PB Bun Pat, even though that's backwards.
Pat Bun. PB Pat Bun, PB Pat Bun.
Yeah.
We say it fast.
We say it fast.
You've said it to me like that before.
When
you pat my head. One of I'm tired. I played a lot of Kaizo today.
Yeah, you did.
Kaizo'd out. It was a good stream though. We made a lot of progress, got a lot of good raids.
Yeah.
Made a Kaizo friend IRL.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was fucking cool.
Bun went to the club this morning to pick up weed for us, and one of the bud tenders she talks to was like actually knowledgeable about Kaizo.
Like, knows Grand Pooh Bear and Barb and like GDQ, and he said he played a lot of Mario Maker too, and I was like, oh, I play a lot of like Super Mario World Kaizo, and he's like, wait, I know. Like, I watch Barb and Grand Pooh Bear and stuff, and I was like, what?
You'll have to go in there with your Pooh shirt next time.
Oh my god! Yeah.
And then also brag that you got a raid from Barb and Games.
I did tell him about the Barb raid. I was like, well, can Barb raid? I was like, I'm like a 20 viewer Andy, so that was a really big deal.
Yeah, little cutie.
Well, 20 viewer Andy on a good day, let's be real.
To be fair, who among us isn't a 20 viewer Andy? Still being a 20 viewer Andy is good, by the way.
Viewers is a lot of people.
Yep.
That's more people than I could probably get in a room IRL, so. Well, I guess that's not true. We had more people than that at like our wedding reception, for example.
We had to really think about all those people, though.
Yeah. And like our family helped us out with making sure that like we got everybody and
Yeah. Pooh's playing stonks. Nice. I'm glad Pooh's back to Kaizo stuff. Oh, good.
Shouted that in your ear. I'm
Sure
so
did. It's fine. That wasn't probably fairly loud on the microphone, but it was much louder because Bun was like right next to my ear with
towards
that.
the microphone, which was right into their ear. I'm so sorry.
Can you get an exclamation stonk in chat, please?
Is that a thing?
No. It sounds like exclamation honk. So.
One has stomped one time.
20 viewers would overwhelm you, I think. I think the thing is, Crunch, you kind of naturally build up to that.
Yeah.
And you just get used to kind of maintaining a couple different conversations while also
Does that
playing
mean you
a game.
would not want to raid from me if it were possible? If I had that many viewers?
Thank
Well, I
you,
don't want to
Bella.
ever overwhelm anybody with a raid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if it's not something that would feel exciting and would maybe just feel scary and, like, you don't know what to say, like, I don't want to do that to anybody.
I was gonna say you could turn off raids if that was the case, but...
Okay, okay.
Okay, so that strat definitely requires you to... No, we jumped too high! God damn it. Okay, so jump better than that. And then kick it up at that winged block right there. Okay. I'm glad people have been liking that mess emote, by the way. I originally had it as like all one emote, but you like couldn't even really tell what it said. And I was like, I have the emote slots, we'll just have another two-parter. Fucking love it. Well, that's good, thank you. I mentioned it to Bun the other day, but I've been on an emote kick of emotes that you can hear when you see them. Okay, that's the exact opposite of what I wanted to happen. One thing that I appreciate... Weird voice crack. One thing that I appreciate with Morsel's design is that he uses a lot of just like flat ground in spots. And I've long said that Kaizo needs to have more like ability to stand and analyze and figure out what you're doing. I'm personally a big fan of like being able to read an obstacle like this and then try to do it. And there's definitely nothing against just a nice flowy segment that you don't really need to stop and analyze because it's just the next thing that feels right. But it is also fun to stop and think sometimes in Kaizo, and then feel smart when you actually think of the thing that you're supposed to. Yeah, it definitely must just be if I'm grabbing it on the way up versus the way down there. Yeah, Barb definitely does it too. I have not meant to stop playing Grandpa World 3, by the way. I kind of just like stopped playing it and then started streaming other stuff, and then surprised it's been months since I played it last. Oh, that worked? That worked? Okay, whatever. That disappointing end to a life of confusion, but somehow success.
So-and-so or whatever, and I was like, based on the year this had to be Fight Song, because there were at least 4 different Fight songs in the talent show that year, but it wasn't the girl, as she said, so never mind. You probably don't even know the song. This is only relevant to people who know kids, I think.
I mean, I think I've heard that song.
Dramatic song.
Yeah,
but why did they accept 4 of them into the talent show? That was insane.
It's
Maybe
like,
2.
It's like when I was a kid and we had to go to Sly Park and have a talent show with
I
our
remember
cabin.
This.
Yep. And the team before us did the exact same song as us. And then we just had to and then we had to go on stage and do the same song someone just did. As that King of the Hill episode where Khan starts singing There's Gotta Be a Morning After, and then his dad sings it in front of him, and then he has to sing it after, and everyone's like, we just heard this song!
See, but for this talent show that I'm talking about, I mean, there were tryouts. You had to get accepted into it. And they just said yes to 4 different fight songs. Why would they do that to us as an audience that had to go watch it?
The thing is,
I'm dying to know.
School talent shows are not really there to be like, no.
They did say no to people.
Well,
I mean, it wasn't like super exclusive, but I mean, they couldn't accept everybody. We didn't have all day. It was like during school.
Seems like an administrative mistake then.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
so fast, and now she's at the funny. She hasn't seen her on yet, but whatever. Teacher. It's like her later on. This is nonsense. This is, you know, this is finally, she's like, well, my folks really thought that you were, I know I have family. This, I can't leave her like your body this time.
Okay.
Look, you guys need to stop. By the end of last year, Sarah and Ryan started fighting really bad. They were calling the cops on each other.
What?
And he just said, listen, I can't do this anymore. So you like your apartment building? So Ryan lives in an apartment and Sarah lives in a house. And I
What?
$1,000 for them to get into. So she's gonna try to stay in
Morsel challenge is usually more than do this jump or something else you have to contend with. Yeah, I
all the time.
like I've definitely played a lot of Morsel stuff, but it's been a while since we've just sat down with a Morsel hack, so that's okay. I am under no impression that we're beating this hack quickly. I do think we can beat it, but I'm also fine with it being a bit of a grind hack.
I feel guilty about the situation because I was in a long running for many years, and I was really hoping that Ryan would go down that road and to fix this sort of thing. Can I get you started with something to drink? Okay, I'm gonna have a Tito's soda with a couple limes. Thank you.
Hold jump there. Why did I start not holding jump there? Hey Chappie, what do you need to play SMB2 hacks? All you need is SMB2 USA for the NES. If you are trying to look for one of those, you may run into a couple of different copies. I wouldn't know anything about that because my stuff is fine, but if you look at the checksum stuff that I have uploaded on the romhacking.net page, I have a readme that basically just like points to the correct version, quote unquote, of SMB2 to use, as well as like a patching instructions and stuff. So as long as you have that, you should be good. Just for reference, it should be the same copy that works with Return to Subcon and stuff. But yeah, good luck. Hope it goes well. Also, how's it going? Good to see you. Okay, hold jump. That's fine, we'll just retime this. Oh, except after the first one he goes 4. That's right. I forgot that rule of these turning fish. Are there different SMB2 versions? Yeah, unfortunately there's like I want to say there's like 3 or 4 that are kind of floating out there. I, for reference, built all of Bunny Bunny Panic before playtesting on a version that nobody had even really heard of or used before. So I had to like export all my levels to the one that everyone uses and then patch it that way. But the general rule of thumb is if it works on Subcon, it should work on yours, I think. Or at least that's the rule that everyone in the SMB2 Discord is kind of trying to follow. And the really sucky thing is, unless you're paying attention to those checksums and stuff, like, it'll let you patch to those versions, but I cannot guarantee in any way, shape, or form that the hack will actually function the way it's supposed to under those versions, because of how picky SMB2 is. And there's even a chance that it patches and seems like it's working for like a couple of levels and then just like completely disintegrates. Because there are very slight differences in the way all of those ROMs are built, I think. At least to my understanding. Use the ROM from the NES Mini. That should be fine. If you look on the romhacking.net page for Bunny Bunny Panic, in the middle of the page there's the checksum stuff. So as long as when you're patching the one from the NES Mini, it has the same one as that, you should be fine.
This was the era where everybody had a liquid glitter phone case.
Okay. No, we were so close! Oh, the H is right there!
Oh my god, look at it!
Oh, just
you're
let
gonna
me
do
in.
this. Let me
Yeah.
in. Let me in. This is not a dance.
Hi Jen, how's it going?
Jen, hi!
Also, Abe, this kitty is cute. Is this just a global Twitch emote?
It's a hype train emote.
Oh. I like that they actually credited the artist for that.
Oh, that is nice.
I do have that one.
You
Yes.
do! Yeah, I remember getting it from a hype train, that's how I knew.
And thanks, y'all. I think we actually can do this, which is nice.
Also, hi Chappy Gilmore, sorry I didn't say hi to you. How rude of me. I was spaced out.
That's okay.
Well, I don't want to be rude and say hi to everyone but one person. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, and I will not stand for it.
Yeah, I'll probably have to follow them. They're cute emotes.
The person who made that emote?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool that they did that.
Let me do that before I forget. I also stream a lot of stuff that I don't watch, which is fun. But
I hate that when you want to follow somebody but you're like, I don't like any of the games you play, but maybe one day you'll play something I like.
Yep.
And by then, I will not remember who you are, and I will be like, who is this person, and why did I follow them?
Yeah.
Ask me how I know. Aria with the big friend!
Hi Ari, how's it going? Good to see you. Thank you for the gigantified friend.
Gigantic friend.
I think it looks better small. It sure does. It's the SMB2 hedgehog, so it's kind of designed to be like
He's
red,
supposed
really
to
small.
be little, but that's okay. He's extra pokey and prickly when he's big.
He is very cute. That's why I needed him as an emote before we left SMB2 for a little bit. Although Glitch again expressed interest in trying to make a Jump Team style collab hack for SMB2, and definitely interested in that. So, damn it. Sounds like a lot. It honestly wouldn't be as much work. We just kind of need a couple of different creators for it, and right now there's not really like a couple of different creators. There's kind of Glitch, me, and Red Feathers right now, I believe, that have released stuff. There are definitely a lot of other people in the Discord, but I think everyone else is still kind of at the like observing and learning stage of stuff. But they would definitely still be like welcome in on the project and stuff. It's just the more of a team that we would have for that, like it would be a lot easier to each have to make like 2 exits and then kind of just balance it from there, rather than all of us designing an individual hack and stuff. But we also have, I guess speaking of SMB2, I signed up for another race level. We have one coming up in August that we're working on with Mark Alarm, and that one's going to be in Super Mario World. But the one I have signed up in September is going to be an SMB2 Gaizo race, so that'll be fun.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
Yeah. I think you're thinking of Yump, but Yump and Jump, I believe Jump Team made Yump, and it's just like a meme hack, but I'm not actually 100% certain on that now that I said that out loud. Genbu has an important update for you, bud. Bun read the update.
Wait, speaking of updates, how did that interview go? As expected? I meant to check in with you about that, and I forgot.
Surprise, Bun likes cute things.
What?
When you read Genbu's line of chat. Alright, so I'm definitely gonna get this soon, but I'm also not gonna push it too late tonight because I did have a full work day, and honestly even a 2-hour stream is nice. I just kinda wanted to pop out and play a little bit of Gaizo tonight, so let me snooze this ad one more time and then I'll probably wrap up after that. Oh, that's cool, Jen. I mean, different path than I guess you were expecting for that, but it's still cool. Congratulations.
Oh! Well, that took a different turn than I expected. I'm proud of you.
No, we jumped slightly too high. Come on. This like re-grab forward drop is hard. For those that don't know the gimmick of this, the water kind of breaks the throw blocks. It's just regular water, but it's water that also breaks throw blocks, I guess. So we have to, when we're doing these up kicks, kick them off of these wing blocks and stuff. I think this specific setup that we're doing right here is actually not intended, but I picked it up from Barb's Clear of this, and it seems like it actually works pretty well. where you like up kick right there, and you kind of like wedge the throw block up there. I'm pretty sure it's intended to do a similar thing here, where you like maneuver the throw block around the wing block and stuff. We tried that for a while, and quite frankly, it just wasn't working, so we switched to this strat. I did not think we were alive still, that's fine. Ah, damn it. Yeah, like, in a vacuum, I think the cheese is probably harder than just doing it as intended, because, like, you only have that very small window to do it. But in my mind, it's easier, so... It's like one less thing I have to focus on this part. And that part in particular has a lot of stuff to focus on. I will say that I think we actually picked a pretty good level to start off on for this. I think this is getting me back into the type of thinking I'm gonna have to do for the rest of the hack, while still being approachable and understandable. Yeah, I definitely remember a couple of other levels being significantly less chill than this. But especially after
easier for your hands?
So this next part right here, where if I get that up kick right, I can just kill that guy instead of having to maneuver the block through all of that like I'm supposed to. No!
Oh.
Ropes. So I should be doing that jump for the throw block actually from the bottom tile and not that top one. Okay. Okay. And I forget if I mentioned it already, but there is not going to be a stream for me tomorrow because Bun has her sleep class and I'll be working overtime. So we'll probably be back on Friday, probably for more of this. And if not this, we'll try to get a little bit farther in Superstar Saga. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of gonna have to look up where I need to go in Superstar Saga because the weird water area that we're in that game is a little confusing. I started playing Noida. I've heard a little bit about that game because White Moth and Microwave Brother were playing it for a bit, but I don't really know anything about it other than it's neat but hard. Good to hear that you've been having fun with it though. try to get one more part past where we kill the sleepy fish, and then we'll probably call it for the night. Okay. One part past the sleepy fish where we actually keep the throw block. You're a wizard and you explore a cave made of completely interactable materials? That sounds cool. And also, like, it would probably take forever to learn everything of it, but that's also cool, so... No, we did it again. Okay, that's fine. We're at least getting back to that part after the forward drop pretty soon and regularly, so we'll go ahead and call it for tonight on that. I know it's kind of in a little bit of a shorter stream, but I'm just glad that I was able to actually get on tonight. Good tries on an EP day? Thanks. I think so too. I think we did alright. And honestly, it was nice to break the ice on this hack with something that's actually, like, approachable, I think. We'll definitely be back for this, if not on Friday, then on Saturday. Yeah, nice to see y'all too.
Are you gonna end?
Yeah, I'm wrapping up now.
Maybe snooze that ad so it doesn't start.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were supposed to do this.
That's fine.
Mine doesn't do the yellow thing until it's like a minute away.
Oh, speaking of storks, Defy is an RNG castle, so I think we gotta go show some love here. This is the morsel level that took me 21 hours. And fun fact is the reason why we don't play with the timer anymore. So, have a good night, everyone. Thank you for hanging out.
I'll be back in the morning.
Yeah, Bun will be back tomorrow. You said Kaizo and Stardew?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, so if you want to see some more Kaizo
9
stuff,
a.m.
Bun, 9 a.m. Bun will hopefully be getting this 8. She's real
hope
fucking
and
close.
If you like Kaizo, you won't want to miss it.
Yep.
If you don't like that, you don't like SMW Kaizo.
You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Wednesday.
At the Princess Bun Arena.
I love you so much. Wait, I have to get the... Start to copy the message.
Get your whoopee, boys. Get them all ready. We're gonna go show some love to Defy. Okay, you got it? Alright, we're going now. Love y'all. Have a good one. Bye. Gonna clip that? Feel free to post that in Discord. Thank you. Have a good night, y'all.